So D23 happened today. I woke up. Let me walk you through something. I woke up a little late. I had a long day yesterday. Long morning, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Stayed up later than I probably should have, as usual.
Yeah.
And, I wake up, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Uh-huh.
Rise of Skywalker panels today. I'm like,
Oh.
oh boy, we're going to get something new.
Oh, nice.
We're going to get some nice footage. Maybe some pictures.
Okay.
Maybe a poster.
Uh-huh.
Yes, we did. I open Instagram first thing in the morning. Open my phone. Go to Instagram. Boom. Look at it. Scroll. Oh, new Rise of Skywalker poster. I post that thing on my story real quick.
Yeah.
I say, take, period, my, period, money.
I saw it.
Period. And so I think today is going to be a great day. I got this. Let me go ahead and keep scrolling a little bit and see what else comes up. I scroll, and I see a photograph. And it is someone I follow who does a cosplay of Rey with a double-sided lightsaber that is red in a Sith cosplay. And the caption says, this was Molly Damon, by the way, who I
Shout out
love.
to Molly.
Shout out Molly and their channel, Star Wars Explained. Fantastic. And it says in the caption, I called it. And I said, say psych right now. I didn't know what that meant. So I was like, called it? What do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Called what? What is going on? I turned into Usher in the beginning of Confessions. Quit playing with me, man. Not quit playing with me. So I scroll and I start seeing more, let's say fan art of Rey in a dark cloak with a double-sided blade reminiscent of that of Darth Maul.
Mm-hmm.
And then I start seeing descriptions, and these are people I know were at D23. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing because we're getting it on Monday.
Yeah.
And so we'll do a full reaction then. But apparently, there's the
Spoiler alert?
no. It's going to be in the title. Look, we're going to talk about this footage they showed. It's going to be on Monday. Come on. It shows Rey in a dark cloak looking very upset with a double-sided lightsaber that turns on to be red. And I have been in a state of dismay, a state of panic since I learned of this. I have not been stable.
That is true.
I've been thrown off my equilibrium.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do. Look, there's a few things that really matter to me. Okay. One of them is Rey because she's my favorite Star Wars character of all time. We went to Chicago. Rise of Skywalker trailer comes on for the first time, and it's Rey. And I bawled like a damn infant because I thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was beautiful. And here we are. Here we are. And I thought, third movie, JJ's back? That wasn't even in my mind. I was just like, please don't redeem Kylo. Now, I think Kylo's being redeemed. And Rey is on the dark side. Yes, I did eventually rationalize a little bit as time went on. And I thought, okay, hold on. Maybe she's possessed. Maybe she goes to the Death Star and the ghost of Palpatine, Sheev, possesses her. And, uses her as some sort of vessel. Maybe it has to do with Snoke. Maybe he was possessing Snoke. Snoke dies. He needs a new vessel. Rey comes in the Death Star. Bada bing. Bada boom. There you go. Maybe in the third act she gets bonked on the head and he flies out his skull. And then she's fine. But I'm still afraid that it's not going to be okay. If Kylo Ren makes it out of this trilogy and Rey does not, I won't be okay. I had planned to try and see this film like 115 times to break the record. And that's in jeopardy. I am, yeah. What do you, you've been trying to, talk me off this ledge for a bit. Saying that, she's probably just, maybe it's a vision or a, some sort of force projection. Maybe it's a clone, which I doubt, but is possible. I just wanted to get on here and say, here, I'm going to go back to this photograph. This, I got Photoshop. This is the first thing I made. Why? I have no idea. I hate the idea. I hate it. I don't want it. I just want Rey to be good and to whoop some bad guys and, fly off into the sunset. That's what I want. we got a lot of other stuff, but I don't want to talk about that. What are your thoughts on this news? Because you came over today, and I was not right.
Yeah, you were not. I saw a defeated man as I opened the door.
Yep.
It was not pretty, folks. I can tell you that much. It was just.
It was not.
This man is broken.
It was like I'm trying to think of a good example from. You ever seen Manchester by the Sea?
Seen it a couple times.
Yeah. After the thing happened, that's me.
Oh.
Not the flashbacks. I'm present day.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Lee Chandler.
Well, I was a bit more composed than my counterpart here. You know, I was learning about the news, I was like, I wasn't immediately like gonna like, I was like, no, come on, like
that's not true.
not in the third movie, like, because we get this one adjective you could really associate with Rey is, it seems like she's very incorruptible. She's headstrong, and
one would think,
but at the same time, Palpatine's in this movie and he's extremely powerful.
One would also say that Darth Vader was unredeemable, and yet he redeemed.
Well, all I'm saying is, there's a lot of speculation as to what this could be, whether it's a present-day real shot, whether it's a vision, whether it's a dream, because then I'm like, I was also thinking, like, okay, what's the rest of the people doing? What's Poe, Finn, and C3? C3PO said he has a big role in here. What if he's the one to, like, bonk her in the head and brings her to the light? Is all I'm saying. But we watched a few videos of other people's explanations, and I agree. It could be a lot of things.
Could be.
I'm sure.
That's the thing. Could be. I want to explain to you something. I bought The Force Awakens right here. I bought it once. Then they said, you know what? It looks so nice, you should buy it twice. And I did. You know why? Because Rey is fantastic. I love them all. I love Finn in that film. I love their relationship. I've talked about it to no end, and I will continue to do that so long as I live. And I am just so terrified that this movie is going to... Now, I should trust in JJ. He's never let me down.
In JJ, we trust.
We do. He's never let me down. Not once. Super 8, fantastic. Lost, fantastic. He made me like Star Trek. That seemed like an impossible feat. And Star Wars, if it wasn't for JJ, we wouldn't be doing this right now. So thank you, JJ.
Also, for the record, it wasn't just 2 times he bought it. It was 3 times. You just don't see that third one in the shot. It's all the way over there.
Oh, you're right.
He bought it 3 times, folks. He bought it 3 times. 3 copies. 3 separate copies of The Force Awakens. And, like saying, like, okay, we talked a little bit about this. Okay, think about Disneyland and all that. Come on now.
Yeah, right. You can't. These videos, these little girls going up to Rey, dressed up as Rey, they're not gonna throw that away, right?
Yeah,
that's my rationalization.
Kathleen, Kathleen's like the one who says goes.
I want to believe that, but the fact of the matter is, I won't fully believe that until I see the movie, and I'm not gonna have this cleared up until the movie comes out, and it hurts.
Now the thing is, the probability of Kylo becoming a redeemable character has increased based on this little bit of information, because it's like, okay, you can see it, but I just
I don't care if he's redeemed. Chewie should shoot him in the back.
You still want the Chewie to get his 1-2 in there?
Like they're like, yay, we saved the galaxy, and then Chewie says, "We're not done yet." Boom!
Oh,
shoots
really?
him in the back.
Just straight up speaks.
Boom!
Oh, okay.
And then C-3PO is like, what did he say? No, that's how it's going to go down. Chewie's going to go, then they're going to be like, what did he say? And then C-3PO is going to be like, he said, we're not done yet. Here.
Okay.
Ben? And Ben Quadinaros pops out.
I wanted to ask you a few questions about, what's the other people doing, What's the rest of the crew doing?
Crew?
Yeah, like...
Well, see, I could tell you that, but I don't want to because that goes into more of the footage.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you, is Rey going to be doing this thing all alone?
Yes.
Also, it's going to be like kind of like another Last Jedi situation where she's, doing her thing.
I think in the end of the second, beginning of the third act, hopefully. And that's where it's done. It will, like, I will cry just at the mere fact of it being a vision, if that's the case.
Because I'm like, we also see, like, Knights of Ren, they're sort of confirmed. We're gonna see them.
Yeah. But it also looks like Kylo's fighting them in the trailer. So what if Rey shows up and like, oh, hold up, she's got 2 of them blades? Nah, you see, here's the thing. We're going to side on that side. Sith troopers are also in the film. Kylo Ren, last I checked, not a Sith. If Rey turns into a Sith, makes sense to have Sith troopers. Ouch. Just ouch. Right there. I'm just hurting myself, just digging it deeper.
Because I remember a long time ago on this very podcast here, I was just joking around, we were just throwing that out there. And, we were a few laughs along the way. And, well, here we are. What day is it today? The 24th?
24th. Mamba Day. Why would they do that to me?
There we go. And, I'm still keeping my reserve. I'm like, Disney, I'm like, they're not going to, we might get a few footage,
I got Star Wars on every wall in this room and on myself. And I try to make it that way at all times. And that's not going to change. But I'm a little nervous. I might buy... Look, this makes me start to believe that I may try and get 10 tickets for, episode 9 instead of 11 off the jump.
Wait, okay, hold on. Let's just take a step back and really break it down here. Like, so what are your fears here?
That Rey dies. And that Rey has her entire legacy tarnished as a dark side wielder. And wait a minute. Okay. I just found a little silver lining here. Hear me out. What if she does have this little dark side for Rey? Says, you know what? I'm not a dark side user, but there's some things they have that are kind of cool. So she comes back, and she goes light in the dark, meet in the middle, and, she becomes this gray Jedi, Skywalker, and, Ben's like, what about the dark side? And she just zaps him with some lightning, calls it a day. End of the movie.
Because I'm like, with the whole session, on Oct 2, Luke gave her the rundown of the Force, Like she has the sacred Jedi text, so she knows a little bit about that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yoda did say they were not page turners, so...
Page turners, they are not.
So then, I don't know if she, you think she picked up...
Oh, she definitely read them things.
Probably.
She did.
But I'm just saying, it's like, yeah. I'm just, like, I don't... It's Disney, man. Come on. Look, everyone loves her. Like, come on, Disney.
I already don't sleep
Disney.
well. I already don't sleep. And just the fact that this isn't going to be cleared up until December, late December, may I add. This is going to be rough. Back half of the year.
Yeah, it's just, all the emotional beats that they're going for in, like, the first 2 movies of just, Rey and Finn, it's like... I can't see them doing,
I know.
It's going to be a very cathartic moment when she comes to, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. That could be, see, that's what I hope for. We got to have that moment of Rey coming back to the light and her and Finn having a moment again. And that's what I want.
Because that would just create, like, for the perfect,
Let's go back to this real quick. What was I thinking? What was I thinking with this? I'm going to delete it off my hard drive after we finish the show.
What?
This picture.
Oh.
Of Rey.
Yeah, I was, I was kind of like, oh, I really liked it. I was like, it's pretty cool. But, at least we don't, at least what we're hearing, we're not seeing the eyes, which means, that means they're gone. They're gone.
No, it doesn't.
Man. Don't try to find a silver lining to this.
No. Anakin Skywalker definitely turned and is very, very, very bad. And then they said, you know what? I'm back, baby. Right before I die.
Yeah.
If Rey... Okay.
I cannot see her being like just... Because, that would be very cheap just to be consumed by hatred. Like, I don't...
right?
Because I can't see it. It would just be way out of left field. Like, then for us to suddenly start like, rooting like or just being more with like Kylo, after what happened in Last Jedi,
we can't do this because that would make Luke Skywalker's active like
exactly like there's certain emotional beats that would just become more
The
weakened.
fact is, I understand, and all these things you're saying make sense, but it's just not. It's still not helping enough.
You've been watching Manchester too much. You've been watching those dark. This is Disney. They're not. They're gonna. It's hope. What about those moments with Leia?
That all goes to Ben.
Of course, you're talking about. We see it in the trailers.
Yeah, that's like the opening act.
They can't reuse that footage. That is shot footage from Force Awakens. There's no way they're gonna somehow mocap or digitize Kylo Ren talking to her. Because I can't really. I can't really see that. Like after what happened in Last Jedi and how hell-bent he is to try to kill Luke and
But what if he has a vision of the past and he sees what Vader went through and he did not have to go through that. He had a good childhood. Good enough.
Because there was that point that I think I forget who.
Anakin went apeshit because his mom was killed. He killed his own dad.
Oh, but I'm just saying.
Tried to kill his mom.
When we saw some of Star Wars Explained, they made that good point about they've put in many attempts to try to turn Rey, and I understand okay, Palpatine, but still it's and then would they give opportunities? Yeah, in Last Jedi, there was that opportunity where they actually had a chance in Snoke's throne room to have made some decisions there.
Yeah, but what if she's Palpatine's do you want to know about your parents? And she's I already do. They were filthy junk traders. He's no, they were not.
Because I'm
ha 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 ha. Your mother is a Sarge Ventress.
Oh, come
on. Sarge went back to the good, so we're good.
Yeah.
But
I can't see it. I honestly can't. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We're about to see it on Monday.
Well, yeah, we're going to see it. But when we see the movie itself, I'm just saying it's going to be.
I thought I'd be crying happy tears when I went to see that movie. And I'm going to be crying sad tears. At least twice.
You're going to be worried, which is understandable.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is.
Yep.
This is Disney.
I feel like I can have a whole documentary on my worrying.
When has Disney gone that dark?
I'm going to have a full head of gray hair by December.
When has Disney gone that dark since Pinocchio? Come on, man.
Well, let me think. Okay, you put me on the spot there. I got to find something. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm this seems just
Up. Even though I don't like that movie at all.
Oh my God, you're even going to call it out. But all I'm saying is...
Big Hero 6, guess what? Don't like that one either.
All I'm saying is it's because it's JJ, man. And it's if Kathleen is more again with what they did with Rian Johnson, do what you want, and I'm sure JJ Abrams had a pretty good story laid out for Rey's arc.
No, I believe so as well. But the fact is that story may not have been set up right with Episode 8, which means that he may still do that same story without the proper setup, which hurts. I don't think that's going to be the case. And JJ We Trust put him on the $100 bill.
All I'm saying is that, when does that man let you down? You've laid it all out.
Look, I don't do any kind of if I was still in some position where I did the flag salute, I'd protest to change it. Indivisible, under J.J. Abrams, with liberty and justice for all.
That's all I'm saying is, man,
yeah.
He made you like Star Trek. That's a big...
That's a big one.
There we go. All I'm
Star
saying
Trek.
Personally, I'm excited to see that trailer on Monday.
Same.
Because I know, in terms of the layman audience who's not keeping up with with all these rumors coming out,
yeah,
they're gonna be pretty shocked.
Of course, and that's gonna be shock value for sure.
And it is great shock value because something not a lot of people were perhaps thinking. What did you originally think Palpatine was gonna do in this movie?
I thought he was gonna possess Kylo. What the hell?
Just possess Kylo just like that?
Yeah, because he's been being groomed by Snoke this whole time.
But he sees that Rey is stronger.
I know. Not necessarily. They're meeting.
Have you seen Force Awakens?
Yeah, but, Also, can I say that it still really bothers me? There's certain things that really bother me. And I'll talk about something I love after. But it really does bother me because I watch Force Awakens weekly at least. And I watched Episode 8 much less than that, but I still do watch it fairly often. it really does bother me that they moved the scar. I don't care if it looked goofy to them. It just bothers me. It bugs me. Like, why do we have to give him the same scar Anakin had, basically? The scar was very pronounced, very clear up his face, and, like, across his nose. And every time I watch the Episode 8 commentary, like, yeah, I thought it was goofy, so I changed it. But it's weird. When I watch The Force Awakens and I watch Episode 8, and it goes from this to just a little thing on his eye. He didn't touch his eye.
All I'm saying is, man, it's like, yeah, you can sort of. It's just the thing.
But I'll continue on because I don't want to bag on things. So I'm going to say something I love about Episode 8, and that is that yes, Rey and Finn weren't together, but the moment they reunite is one of my favorite Star Wars moments of all time, and it almost made me cry. And that's not. I talk about crying a lot on this video, but I don't cry much. You know, that one really, like in film. I haven't cried since I was a child. Not that that's something that like I actively try to do, but I get the knot in my throat, you know? And I account that as the same thing as crying, essentially. Like, if something in a movie gets like a knot in my throat, I'm like, oh, you know, same thing. But that got me really close. The things that have got me the closest, the ending of A Monster Calls, La La Land, Manchester by the Sea, the big reuniting moment in Endgame, and Finn and Rey reuniting. Right at the top.
Yeah.
And I do love a lot of the stuff with Rey and Luke. So I just want to say that so I don't leave it on a sour note. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, what if they see like Finn, you know, Finn's there and he's in a bit of peril and he's about to get the boot. And Rey's looking over on that side.
And she stabs him.
You see, like why did your brain go like that? You know, like I'm saying like, you know, what if
look,
he's my friend.
Here's what I would be okay with. Doubt it's going to happen. Actually, you know what? It's something I talked about on the podcast before, and I think it's still on the table. If Rey is indeed actually doing this and is possessed or something, it's not just a vision, Finn is awakened, one could say. He wields the blue lightsaber once again. And
blue one?
Yeah. Since she's not using it, she's using this new double-sided lightsaber.
Oh, they still have that blue kyber crystal or something?
Yeah, because she fixes the saber, remember?
Oh, yeah, and the Finn.
Yeah, so what if he gets hold of that saber and he wields it in the final act and brings her back somehow? Maybe he uses the Force. Maybe that's his power. He can tap into her mind. And he says, you know what? Remember all the good times. And then it's like, dun, 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 dun.
And then they hit with all those emotional beats like, I'm Rey. And then the hug in Last Jedi. Like, could you imagine? Because, like,
I'm getting emotional right now just thinking about
those two movies, there's always there's, like, you know, one little shot that's like.
Finn's like, what did he say? That it was your idea. While they're hugging? Yeah, that moment means a lot to me. Seriously, I'm getting emotional just thinking about this, which doesn't bode well for my tear ducts on the day.
Gosh.
Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and just sort of vent and hash out, you know, our thoughts on this topic. And, you know, if anyone else watches this and thinks they have something to add, you know, hit me up on Instagram. Hit us up at Phantom of Movies or hit me up personally at ELYLO_Ren, Elilo Ren. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to hear different theories. We weren't at D23, so anyone who was there who wants to comment, feel free as well. You can comment here. I'll answer to that. You can comment on Instagram, DM me. I don't care. I just want to further this conversation, and I want to be comforted.
Yeah, this man needs it.
I'm in despair still. But you know, I think this is a pretty. It was a helpful conversation we had. You know, it helped me a little bit, about 5%.
No, we'll take any.
We'll take any, because you got to deal with me. So
yeah.
You can post updates till December, but I don't think it's going to be pretty. Let's just take one more look before I delete this forever. Why?
Hey, at least you sent it to me.
Why?
So that's
that was a mistake. Yeah, I think we're going to get out of here. You know, we're going to call this one. I just thank everybody for watching again. And yeah, you know, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Send us a line. If you want to be on the show, we're not ready for that. But maybe one day soon.
I was like, oh, that would be great.
Support it, you know, support the channel, support the page, and we'll get there. But yep, please please, JJ, if you're listening to this, take care of Ray for me. Goodbye. Oops. Goodbye.